Here in Dearborn, Michigan, the heart of America's Muslim population, everyone has an Islamophobia story to tell. It usually starts in school, a dirty look here, a muttered slur there. In fact, for Sujot Hamadi, there was no celebrating Halloween in 2001.
My mother told me after 9/11, I was at the time, I believe, only 9 years old. I was in 4th grade, and my mom told me that we couldn't go trick-or-treating that year because she was afraid that, maybe that one of the houses might try and harm me because I was veiled.
7-year-old Wadi Al-Fayom was stabbed to death in 2023 by an anti-Palestinian attacker, a man found guilty of murder last month.
From what I can see now, it's just getting worse and worse. The stories that we're hearing are horrific.
For many, Islamophobia follows them into their hunt for a job or a place to live, or into the law. But Dearborn attorney Amir Makhlad has helped on that front. 10 years ago, he represented a Muslim woman who was forced by local police to remove her hijab after a routine traffic stop. He won.
We ended up taking that case to federal court and changing that policy. And we used that policy nationally. It went across the United States.
All these years later, Sujot is now president of the Michigan chapter of the Arab American Bar Association. But there's one slur that still bothers her the most.
It's so silly and it's so ironic to have someone tell you, hey, go back to your country, when we would love to if we could, but we can't because the West is so obsessed with robbing us of our natural resources.
Here at Dearborn's Islamic Center of America, one leader sees hope in the long-term fight against Islamophobia.
Most people are reasonable. They want freedom for everybody, freedom of speech. All of these things are innate.
But he sees a bumpy ride in the short-term presidency of Donald Trump.
It looks like everybody's getting an okay. We have less civility, so people it's okay for them to attack, to bully, to do things.
This month's arrest and deportation threat of Mahmoud Khalil, the Columbia University pro-Palestinian student leader, has everyone here talking about how the issue of Islamophobia is turning into an issue of free speech.
This is a stress test on what the law and civil rights are in our country. Do we still have civil rights in this country?
Big issues that start with something as seemingly simple as a girl being left out of Halloween with her friends.
That really did stick with me for years, that I felt at that moment, I felt ostracized. I felt that I was different, even though I'm an American just like everybody else, even though I'm just as, star-spangled awesome as any other American, right? And should be treated as such.
Andy Roesgen, TRT World, Dearborn, Michigan.